Welcome in, guys. Welcome in to another edition of the Arnold Stars podcast. I'm glad to see you guys checking in. Glad to see you guys tuning in. We're gonna get a good little video today about, I just wanted to touch on your mindset. I love to talk about the brain and understanding that when you understand that you have to use your mind to play this game, you have to use your mind to get to whatever level of this game that you're trying to get to, you got to start tapping into that. But that's can be a difficult situation at time because no one has really taught you how to really tap into your mind. So today I want to go over a little like mental checklist that you can go through to try to just get you on the mental side of the game so you can help elevate your game, because we're all trying to be better players and better athletes and better individuals in general. And a lot of times that comes from, improving your game is by improving your mindset. So we're gonna go over a little checklist for to improve your game. I ain't gonna take too long, but we're gonna get in the first one. The first one is you gotta set clear goals. In order to be whatever caliber athlete that you want to be, you gotta set clear goals. You gotta have your goals set straight from the jump, what it is exactly what you want. You have to have clarity in your life. You have to have clarity in what you're looking for and what level that you're trying to achieve, point blank period. Whether that's in the short term or in the long term, you have to make your goals and what you're seeking for clear. I just want to make it to play in college, yet you're a JV player that hasn't even made it to varsity yet. Set smaller goals first. Set smaller goals that's going to help you get to your ultimate goal. If you're trying to get to college and you're in high school and you're a sophomore and you're trying to just get better and you don't even know how, you need to start setting simpler, smaller goals that's going to help you get to where you need to get to. For example, instead of trying to say, you know what, I'm going to get to score 1,000 points, just set a goal and say, you know what, every single day, no matter what, I'm finna put up and make 200 shots. It's the little habits that you create is what leads you into getting the ultimate goal. So if you understand that I gotta set the smaller goals that you set are just as important as the big goal that you're searching for. To get to the top of the staircase, you gotta take one step at a time. To reach where you're trying to get to, you gotta take one step at a time. You could try to jump up and from the bottom to the top is just not gonna work. If you got 10 flights to go up to, 10 floors to get up to, and you got to take each step by step. Each step matters. Each step matters. How you doing there, Steve? He says, how should I change my mindset so that I can attack the rim? Because right now, I just catch and shoot. Your mind is not trained to attack the basket. You only see shot, so you think shot all the time, but your mindset is not trained to attack the basket because it's not in your scope of your game. First thing you got to do is go, you know what? I need to go see who's the best at attacking the basket. Russ, Ja Morant, D Rose back in the day, LeBron James. When it comes to attacking the basket, it ain't really too much people that, you have to look at the greatest at what they do. Look at the greatest and what they do and emulate that. Go and find guys that do what you want to do at the highest level and really study and critique what they're doing. Look at their feet placement. Look at the angles that they take. It's more to it. Most people just think, oh, I just catch it and I go to the basket and that's it. or I go and I look at the guys on Instagram who's got the killer crossover move that's gonna get me. Those don't work. You ever realize people who be showing you all the Kyrie half spins and those don't really work? When you try to translate those over to those, it's just for hype. It's just to get you going, just to make you feel like, you know what, if I come down and hit somebody with a behind the back crossover, then I can just get to the lane and lay it. It don't work like that. You got to start being here, methodically focusing in, locking in on what it is you want to get to. I will give y'all a little hint. The most dangerous and the most effective shot in the game that every player, when attacking the basket, should have is the floater. If you're not working on your floater, you're not serious about being a real basketball player. If you're not working on a floater, you're not serious about being a basketball player. That's one shot every basketball player should have in their arsenal. And that is the floater. If you're not working on that, you're not really serious about play. On every level, the floater is probably the best shot you can have. Better than the three, because you got a good three shot. All right. But guess what? When they know to stay on you because you just knocked down two shots. Now you get to the basket and you're trying to go up and you're doing this and you don't really know what to do. It's pump fake one dribble floater. Make the game simple. Make the game simple. You ain't gotta do so. People think you gotta do so much to score. I understand you see Ja, Steph, James Harden. They got the ball in their Luka. They got the ball in their hands for 75% of the game. You're not going to be that person with the ball in your hand. You got to learn how to score effectively and quickly. Very, very quickly. If you want to go to the next level. If you want to, score, and you can say, well, what do I know about scoring? All I can say is I have a record for scoring 61 points in a game. I have the record for the most points by any foreigner player in the country of Chile. You don't got to believe me. You could just go look it up. So when it comes to scoring and putting the ball in the basket, it's just one thing I've been known to do my whole career is to put it in the basket. And it's not as hard as people are making it seem. I'm not coming down hitting with a double behind the back every single time. I'm not coming down hitting 4 tweens and a come in the, hey man, catch, jab step, 3, jab step, 1 dribble, floater. Make the game simple. Make the game simple. Yes, I do got tips for defense because I love defense. I love just sitting down. Everybody want to score, but who trying to lock somebody up? I come from, when I was in college, we was ranked top 5 in the nation in defense. And I was at a low major D1 because our coach instilled in our minds, lock somebody up. Where's the joy in wanting to lock somebody up? Nobody wants to clank nobody no more. Everybody wants to hit the defense. Imagine if I get a bucket on you and you can't score, how does that make me look as a player? The easier way to get the playing time is to be the best defender on the floor. Nobody ain't teaching that. If you're the best defender on the floor, there's no way you can't be on the court. There is no coach that is not going to keep their best defender on the court for majority of the game. Crunch times. Everybody want to be in crunch time, but they're not capable, have the capability because you're going to get cooked on defense. Once again, I do this personally. Till this day, right now, every game day or leading up to games, there's a video I go and watch. It's like, I will have to pin it inside the comments It's a video that I watch, Ultimate Defensive Video. It takes a whole bunch of clips from the NBA and it shows defensive slides, crossover steps, how to play defense in the post, how to play the passing lanes, how to pressure the basketball. It's about 25 minutes long, and I watch this video consistently because you're making your brain more aware of the situations that you are trying to do in game. The reason you don't play good defense is not because you probably don't know what to do, it's just because you're not familiarizing yourself with it all the time. You familiarize yourself with your shooting and your jump shot, free throw routine, but you're not really familiarizing yourself with defensive slides. There's different ways you're supposed to move when you're defending a person going to the basket and on a jump shot to a mid-range. It's different techniques. I have yet to see somebody post a video on Instagram or TikTok on straight defense yet. If you have, somebody tag me so I can give them a salute, because there ain't nobody making defensive videos out here. Ain't nobody talking about sitting down and locking up. Locking up gets you paid. If you can lock someone, you're going to get paid. And at the end of the day, yes, everybody loves the game. Everybody wants to get better at the game. But to keep it a buck, you want to get paid too. One thing that nobody was talking about when nobody told me coming up is how to get paid in this game. Everybody thinks that you just have to score the basketball in order to get paid. No, you got to lock somebody up to get paid. If you really want to get paid, defense will get you more paid than scoring the basketball. Like I said, go check out that video. Write me in the comments and I'm gonna put that video. It's like my little secret hack. That's my little secret hack that I've been using. 11 years I've been playing. I just discovered this video maybe 2-3 years ago, and it's changed my career just from a defensive standpoint. I lead my team in steals. I'm normally always one of the top in the league in steals because you apply these little things from the video. Just watch the video over and over and over and over and over again. Watch it 100 times. Watch it 200 times. And you be like, that's just too many times. How good do you really want to be? Everything comes within the repetition of what you're doing on a consistent basis every single day. Something as simple as watching a video over and over and over and over and over, it will literally start changing the wires and the systems in your brain that, you know what, when you get put into these situations in game, in practice, it's going to happen like that. And you don't even have to do so much thinking, and your body will just naturally start reacting. Just send me a comment, bro. I'll make sure I send you that video. You just got to make sure you write or leave me a comment so I can remember I'm going to send you that video, because I'm not going to gatekeep over here. I'm going to make sure everybody try to become elite. No one's teaching us how to be elite. That's why I have this checklist, this mental checklist. It's about your mindset first. Nobody ain't telling you about your mindset first. You have to actually have to be the person that could sit down and watch a video over and over. That's training your brain. You burn more energy thinking and putting in information into your brain than you do on the court doing defensive slides and drills. You burn more energy thinking. That's why a lot of guys and a lot of athletes and players don't really get to the next level, because they can't think long enough. They can't focus on this part of the game more than the physical part of the game. The mental part, I know y'all see clips of like LeBron, Kobe, by far one of the greatest, one of the GOATs. All he ever talked about was what he did mentally. The mental part comes before the physical part. The mental part actually allows you to take advantage of the physical part. But no one ever explained that to me. No one really tell you know what, sometimes you just got to sit down and just lock in mentally. Sit there, meditate. Meditate on locking somebody up. Visualize yourself doing the things. Just so you know, everything in this world is printed by the thoughts that people had in their brain. This phone, this live, this chair, these lights, all this was created in the brain first. Someone had to sit and literally think of how to create this. You are creating your reality by the thoughts that you think every time. Hey, Letty, bro, I don't know what you got going on, but we don't do this negativity in this live, all right? If that's the type of vibe that you're trying to bring here, we would prefer that you slide up out of here. We ain't got time for that. We're trying to get mentally focused and mentally locked in over here. And what you're talking about, you can take that on somewhere else. We just don't get down like that. I don't get down like that. You feel me? We're trying to improve our game. We're trying to get better. We're not trying to promote any kind of negativity and asking people, are they ready to kick the bucket? Like, what are you on? I don't mind speaking and talking about what we need to do to get better. But when you come on here with that type of negativity, there is millions and millions and millions of other channels you can be on to go take that nonsense over there. We good over here. That's what I'm talking about. Like, we good over here. These are the type of things and people that you got to really watch for. Like, you know what? I'm going to even move on from that. Let's go. Like I said, visualize your success. Visualize your success. Visualization is a cheat code to improving your game. Every morning, this is part of my morning routine. Every morning, when I get up, I make sure, excuse me one second as I block good old Letty. He can get up out of here. We don't do that over here. Let me, give me a second to get him up out of here. Anyways, yes, Mido, I can dunk. Visualize your success. Every morning when I get up, I make it is a part of my daily routine to make sure that I visualize what I want out of the day. What do I want out of practice? What do I see myself today achieving? It don't have to be 5 years from now. It could be just on today's task. I literally mentally get my mind ready on just today. I love the art of shooting the basketball. So I make sure that when I wake up, I visualize myself in the gym. When you're visualizing, to make it as real as possible, you want to make it as real as possible. You want to make sure you get up. And when you start thinking, you have to start accumulating everything that's in your surroundings. You have to make it as real. What does the basketball smell like? When you close your eyes, think about how the basketball smells like. Think about the rubber when you feel in, when you're about to bounce the basketball. You know what? You're creating the picture in your brain. You're painting the picture. You know how to say a picture is worth 1,000 words? You're creating this mental picture in your brain. You're feeling the basketball. What are you wearing? What shoes you got on? What socks you got on? What position on the court you are at? You're focusing on every shot that goes in, that goes through the basket. I'm mentally creating the picture in my brain. Your brain cannot tell the difference from you shooting a basketball mentally in your brain compared to you going to the court and shooting the basketball. It does not know the difference. That's why visualization is such a powerful tool to unlocking your mindset so you can get better. If I am consistently making 200 shots in the morning before I even wake up, when you wake up in the morning, your brain is going to accept more. It's the first thing that you do in the morning. Your brain is more, it's more heightened. Whatever you feed it in the morning is pretty much what you're gonna get the most of. So my first thoughts as I'm being grateful for the day, as I'm getting my morning prayer out the way, I'm sitting down and I'm visualizing me knocking down shots. How else do you make it 10, 11 years if you don't understand that this is the key right here? And you gotta constantly be trying and figuring out different ways to unlock this so you can progress in your career, progress as an athlete. I wish I had a mental coach when I was 15 years old. Someone who could sit me down and tell me about how can I get better mentally. Would you say that, Cash? Cash Richards say, I'm in 8th grade trying to make the basketball team. I started a couple months ago, so I don't have any tips. First tip, man, is you got to sit down. Hey, man, sit down. Like I said, the first thing, set a clear goal. What's your goal? You want to make it to the team? I'm going to tell you your first step. Your first step is you take out a piece of paper and you write down, I'm going to make it to my JV or varsity basketball team. You write the vision down to make it plain. There is a correlation that happens in your brain. There's a connection that happens in your brain when you actually take out a piece of paper and pencil and write down what it is that you want out of life. And y'all know, where's my book? This is not just things that I say just for clout. I'm gonna show you in real time. You see this? You see these? This is me writing down my goals every day. I am not above this. I write down my goals. I write down what I wanted to be. I write down that I wanted to go to college. I wrote down that I wanted to play professional basketball. Take out a piece of paper and write down what it is that you want first. First, get your mind prepared for what it is that you're asking for. Because when your mind is so focused on what you're asking for, you will start seeing the opportunities that will make you better. I want to make it to the team. I want to make it to the team. I want to get better. I want to get better. You know what starts happening? It's like the universe starts throwing things your way for you to just get better. Someone might invite you to a gym. Someone might help you find like an open run. A coach might hit you up. You might find a video that you've been looking for that's going to help improve your game because you've made the vision that you wanted for your game to be better. You have to write. This is just endless of books. Write. Make it plain. Write it every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. You feel what I'm saying? Write. Make it plain first. This is hack. Hack. That's how you get to where you want to play basketball on any level that you want to get to. Write it down first. Create the connections in your brain first. Create the connections in your brain first. Yes, I do like One Piece. You see the Monkey D. Luffy behind me. Yes, I got Monkey D. Luffy and I got Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if you guys see that. That's what I grew up off of. I grew up from episode 1, you know, and I just get a lot of context from the anime, especially from, you know, just watching Luffy's grind. Him coming up from being nothing, eating the devil fruit, growing up, and now he's one of the illest because he just never stopped. He had his team. He kept his grind. They worked. There is just a lot of correlations that I take from that I add to my life. That's why I keep those up with me everywhere I go. But visualize, write it down. That's how you get to where you want to get to. That's how you get to where you want to get to. Develop you a pre-game routine. What's your routine for success? Shout out to your dad. I'm a One Piece lover too. What is your recipe for success? What's your routine? What is your routine? The easiest way I have been able to develop a routine when it comes to this game, make sure y'all hit the like button. Share this with somebody who wants to improve. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share this with somebody that's, that's trying to get their game to the next level. But what is your routine? What is the routine that you got that's going to get you to the next level? You can't say, well, I do this and I do that. Is it written down? You have to have literally, here's another little tip for you guys. Go on your app store, Apple Store, Galaxy, whatever you get, whatever you have, and download to-do lists. You hear what I'm saying? A checklist, a literal to-do list. And write down every single thing that you need to get better. If that's waking up in the morning at 6 o'clock to go run. If that's eating breakfast at a certain time. If that's putting up shots at this time. If that's going to the weight room. If that's film study. Write these things out and follow your checklist every day. You know you need to lift weights. You know you need to visualize. You know you need to get better. You know you need to do film study. These are things that I have done that have literally changed my life as a basketball player. These are the things that changed my life, changed my career trajectory, and just made me more secure. See, because a lot of times guys don't have a lot of confidence in their game is because you don't have no real system to how you approach the game. You don't got nothing, you don't really got nothing that's gonna really guide you in the right direction. You wake up and say, you know what, I might shoot today. Today I might go work out today. Today I might do sprints. You're just all over the place. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know what is your routine? You go to class, they got a routine. You got to go to first period, second period. The teacher already know what they're going to have. They already know what you're finna study today. It's the same thing for your game. And you can't wait to just practice for practice to be where you be like, oh, well, I'm going to do these things. Practice is the last place for you to get better. Team practice is the last place for you to get better. You have to do these things on your own. If you do not take initiative on your own to get better on your own, you will not get better when it comes to being on the court with other athletes or just progressing. Where is your checklist? What is the guideline that's going to help you become a better player? This is what I had to do. Wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Pray. Meditate. Go to the gym. Visualize making 100 shots. Eat. Second workout. Write. Watch video. Rinse and repeat. Compounding the work that you do on a day-to-day basis. You're never going to see it right then and there. And that's the frustrating part that a lot of us go through at all times, including me. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. I'm like you guys. I'm just like you. I doubt. I had uncertainty. I don't know. Is the work working? Is the work working for me? Is it helping me? Am I actually getting better? Does it really translate? It's an amazing feeling when you've been putting in so much work time and time after again, and you're gonna hit that, you're working, you're gonna feel motivated. You're gonna be like right here, you feel motivated, you're ready to get up, you're ready to get to the gym, you're ready to put extra work in, put shots up, you feel good, you're watching the video, and that lasts for maybe a week. And then you burn out. Then you get tired. And and you don't see no results, and then your body start hurting. The weights every day, 4 or 5 days out of the week, your body starts getting tired. Your arm starts to hurt from the shots. Your mind can't stay focused from trying to meditate and do all that. And none of it seems like it's working. That's going to happen at times. It's the work that you don't see is what makes all the difference in the progression of the life that you're trying to achieve. It's the work that you put in that you don't see is what makes all the difference. It's like a drop of water on a rock. Over time, you let that water drop, it's going to create a canvas. It's going to cut right through it because the consistent work every single day, non-stop, when you don't feel like it, when it hurts, when you're crying, when you just want it so bad, and it just seems like, you know what? Dang, man, how come I'm not getting better? How come things are not changing for me? I'm watching all these guys do all this work. I know I put the work in. How come I'm not seeing it? Stay the course. It's working. Stay the course. In the darkest times is the most troubling times. That's when it's working the most for you. That's when it's working the most for you. And a lot of times, somebody's not going to come and tell you. Someone ain't going to come and tell you. Nobody ain't going to tell you that you do. It's just going to come one day. They say if you plant a bamboo tree, it will not grow for 5 years. On the 5th year, it'll grow 10 feet, 15 feet. So think about all the work, all the watering, all the information, all the stuff that you're doing, and you don't see it immediately. Because we live in a society that just says instant gratification. If I go and I work on 2 moves, and all of a sudden I'm ready for the league. It's not like that. I go and work out 2 times a day for a month. I'm ready. Don't work like that. Sometimes it's going to take 2 years. Sometimes it will take 3 years. Sometimes it'll take 5 years. How committed to the grind and to the work are you? Are you committed to the point that you will never quit? To the point that you won't stop no matter what it takes for you to get to your goal? If you understood how difficult it was for me to even play professional basketball my first year, I should have been quit. I should have been quit. 10 plus years, you already know. I felt like I should have been quit from the first beginning. I got cut, I got traded, I got robbed, team left me stranded in another country. I went to another country, got fired again. Shouldn't be here. But it's the continuous pursuit. It's the continuous getting up and going to the gym. It was the continuous, you know what? I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep going no matter when I don't see nothing good coming from this. I didn't see anything coming from it. I didn't see anything from me going to the gym and putting up all those shots by myself. Driving 45 minutes just to go to the gym for 30 minutes to put up shots. The type of work that it takes to put in that you don't even realize that you need to keep going, and you feel like, you know what? This ain't working, man. I don't even feel like I'm getting better. I just feel like I'm just draining. It's just draining. Why? That's when everything is working. Which brings to the next point, the talk that you have with yourself. You got to keep telling yourself, man, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. No matter what, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm going to make it to that team. I'm going to get that scholarship. I'm going to get to exactly where I want to get. You have to keep telling. The loudest voice that you ever hear is going to be the one inside your own head. And you get to choose what is being said. What are the voices in your head? How loud are the voices in your head that speak to you? What is it saying? There's going to be two things. One that's going to be trying to tear you down and tell you you're not good enough. And the one that's telling you, you know what? Just keep going. And if you don't even hear, the way you hear that is you got to get around people that are constantly telling you and giving you that energy. That's always telling, hey, bro, I see you, keep going. The things that you listen to on a day-to-day basis. Because that voice in your head is so loud. Man, you suck. Man, I'm trash. I'm never going to make it to playing college. You ain't never going to make it to varsity team. That voice is so loud and could be so discouraging at times. The voice in your head could be so discouraging at times. You have to literally fight that voice with everything inside of you, telling you that, you know what, you will not stop. You will not quit. I don't care. If you hear that voice, listen to my voice saying, you know what, you will not be denied. You won't be denied. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's right, Julian. The voice in your head, you control that voice. Don't let that voice control you. You control that voice. You tell it what we're going to do. Hey, you know what? We're going to make this team. We're going to get this money. We're going to become that athlete that we're trying to become. We're going to get there. I don't care what nobody say. You got to have that in you. You got to have that. I don't care what nobody say. It got to bring chills to your body. You got to feel that. You know when somebody say, you feel me? You got to feel that when you say that. It got to send shock waves through your body. You got to feel that, like, man, you got to start getting the chills. See, even to this day, I get chills of just saying, you know what, ain't nothing going to stop me. I don't care what's going on. Ain't nothing going to stop me. No matter the obstacle. I lost my father while being overseas. I had surgery, torn meniscus, cartilage, bone on bone. I had a doctor tell me straight to my face, you will never play basketball again in your career. Imagine that. A doctor told me to my face, you will never play professional basketball again in your career. Ever. That was 4 years ago. I'm still playing right now. I'm playing for one of the biggest teams in Argentina, one of the biggest teams in South America. After someone told me, a doctor looked me dead in my eyes and said, you will never play professional basketball again. But what was the voice in my head telling me? What was the voices that I decided to listen to? I could have took his words, went down and just cried and said, you know what, it's over with for me. What is the words that are in your head that are speaking to you? What was those words that were being said? I chose to listen to the real words in my head and say, I don't care what this doctor say. This is not the end for me. This is not the end for me. And those are the type of words, that's what you have to listen to. Listen to the thoughts in your head that's telling you to don't ever quit. Telling you to keep going, to keep grinding, to keep doing, to just keep fighting. I ain't no special than nobody, that no one on this live. I'm no different from nobody else. None. But what I do know is the voices in my head that I chose to listen to is the reason I'm here today. It's the reason I'm here today. Hey, Dark Wolf, bro, you about to get blocked. We don't got no time for the spamming. Like, what, I don't understand you. I mean to go ahead and get him up out of here. People be coming on here just a while. Like, what are we focusing on? Let's lock in. Listen to those voices in your head that are pushing you to be greater. Talk to yourself. I can. Hey, if y'all ain't listen to the voice, go listen to Eric Thompson. I can, I will, I must. You can, you will do it, you must do it. You can do it, you will do it, and you must do it. When you feel like I can't do this, when you feel like everything is not working and I'm not getting the looks that I want to, or I might feel like my game is not, you can, you will, you must. Never forget that. Never forget that voice in your head you get to control, that's going to dictate everything for you. That's going to dictate everything for you. Stay present. Through all, understand that there is no rush to your greatness. There is no rush to your greatness. Everything that you are aspiring to be will happen in your divine timing. We look so forward to achieving the goal, achieving to where we're trying to get to, and not understanding that where we're at is actually the gift. Your greatness is in your preparation. Your greatness is in your day-to-day activity in reaching what you say. Getting to college, becoming a pro, it all comes by falling in love with the day-to-day process of achieving that goal. Results are just byproducts of the everyday that you do. I feel you. You got to feel that. Your day-to-day process of what you do, your checklist, your whatever it is that you're doing, what you're speaking to yourself, what you're saying to yourself. This is the things that you must fall in love with, and the success will just be a byproduct. Right now, this moment, if you're here on this live, you're listening, you're trying to understand, you're trying to gain more insight into yourself. You're trying to gain the insight into yourself to improve yourself to get to the next level. It ain't about me and what I've done in my career. It ain't about me. We tune into different people speaking and talking because we're just trying to find that self-preservation for ourselves to understand that we got what it takes. You know you do. That's why you're here. You know there's a reason you tuned in at this very moment and hear these words, because it's meant for you. You wouldn't have been drawn to this live. You wouldn't have been drawn to the words that I'm saying, because there is a certain vibration that goes on to like-minded people who want more out of life. We know nothing happens by accident. There ain't no coincidence to, I just happened to click here. No, you were drawn here. This was meant for you. You had a calling. It was a simple like vibration in the air that just draw you to be here, because this very moment is the only moment that matters. There is no other moment in life right now but the moment right now. There is no yesterday. There is no 5 seconds ago. There's no 10 seconds ahead. There's only this moment. How do you feel in this moment right now? It will dictate everything going forward. Everything that you do from here on out matters from this moment of what you're doing right now. Stay present. Feel it. Take a moment to just be grateful for it. Be grateful that you're here and you get to feel the energy from like-minded people. You get to feel the energy from just dreaming of what you want. That it hits the heart. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Listen, man, that's all I got for this live. You know, I just felt it. I felt great today. You know, I felt great today, and I felt like I had to share with you guys some of these stuff just to get your mind right, man, so we can just get to this place of understanding that when we unlock this, everything else gonna follow. Everything else gonna follow. Make sure you guys, you know, if you just need some little bit of motivation, run this back. Send this to somebody. Send this to that hooper. We all got that friend of somebody that we know that needs just a little bit more. Hey, man, you got this. Feel what I'm saying? Like you got this. So that's all I got for this this live, man. I'm great to see you guys. You know, it was. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys hit that like, share this out. It's another hooper. And man, that's all I got for this live, man. Till next time, I'll catch you guys next time.